It's your boy Olio, aka Oligotrophic. This is episode 32 of my road to trimmed completionist cape. So we are still here at Cabbage Face Punch Bonanza. It is still on Spotlight, so I have been just AFKing because there still hasn't been very many games going. But if we take a look at the minigames tab, so we have Heist starting tomorrow after reset. There'll be 3 days of that, and then Triple Brewing is in 4 days, and then the big one, Castle Wars, is in a week. So it's technically Friday. So on the 22nd, Castle Wars Spotlight starts, and it's actually a weekend spotlight, which obviously it's summer for me now, so it doesn't matter. But the last like 2 or 3 Castle Wars Spotlights have been during the week when I was still working, so I never could play that much. So this is gonna be a big spotlight for me. I 3 days, 72 hours. I plan on playing quite a bit of it. I'm probably gonna pull an all-nighter, maybe sleep a couple hours, and then get right back to it. So we'll see how much I actually do end up playing, but I'd like to play, God, I would say like 60 out of the 72 hours, because it's gonna be huge gains. You can literally make like 10 to 15% progress on one spotlight simply just from playing games. You know, getting tickets without enhancers, you can easily get 10 to 15%, and that would be huge for me. So speaking of Castle Wars, sitting at 2315 golden tickets and 2569 Thaler. So punch that into the calculator, and that puts me at 61.17%. So that leaves me with 38 and some change percent to go. So, you know, if you're talking 10 to 15%, we'll say 10%, that's 28% left. That leaves me with a quarter, just over a quarter of the progress to go. That would be huge. And, you know, who knows how much progress I'm going to make even before then, because that's still a week away. And I've been chipping away almost 1% a day. So I think it's definitely viable to get this trim rack done very soon. And that's definitely something to get excited about, because after that, all I need is a Solat kill, and your boy's trimmed. So the series is coming to an end, very slowly, but you know, we're getting there. And I'm not really sure how to use this calculator 100%, but there's 2 different methods on how you earn the Thaler, and one puts me at 10.3 days left, and the other one puts me at 11.4, which is 247 hours and 273 hours. So there's still a lot to be done, but progress can easily be made. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will catch you in the outro. Peace. Alright, so hopefully you can't hear my fan, but it's like 95 degrees today. Either way, you might have noticed how my video aspects are back to normal. So I switched around which monitor was my quote-unquote main monitor in my display settings, and I'm back to my old monitor. I don't like how the ultra-wide videos are put into YouTube, because it's not the right aspect for 95% of people's screens. And so unless it's full screen and you have an ultra-wide monitor, you get the black bars on the side. And I just don't like that. I kind of segregating my audience, and I don't want to do that at all. So I'm back to this normal looking video for you, which is like the 16:9 aspect. So with that being said, I have enough Thaler to buy a set of detailed decorated set. So I'm gonna go ahead and buy that. Rip all the Thaler. I'm gonna go ahead and trade with this guy. Sell him the pieces for the golden tickets, and that gets me up to 2,611 tickets and 1 Thaler. So I'm gonna punch that into the calculator real quick, and that puts me at 62.92%. So that leaves me with, and again, the methods are kinda wonky in this, but we are down to 236 to 260 hours left, depending on how much Thaler and tickets I get or whatever. I don't know how it's actually calculated, But regardless, about 10 days worth of progress to be made. So Heist is on Spotlight for another day, and then it's Trouble Brewing for 3 days, and then it's obviously Castle Wars, like I've talked about. So ideally, I AFK Heist all day tomorrow, stack up some more Thaler. I don't know how AFK-able Trouble Brewing is. I think it is. I don't think people really play that game, so I think I should be able to get some decent AFK in. And then the big one is obviously Castle Wars. Today from the Traveling Merchant, you could buy an unfinished enhancer, and so I went ahead and purchased one of those for the 10 mil price. So I'm gonna go ahead and run up to the dude up here and focus it, I guess is what it's called, focusing your enhancer. I'll focus it towards Castle Wars, obviously, and that's gonna knock 200 minutes off from my total time. So it's gonna be big double tickets for 10 games. So yeah, I guess, we're kind of getting there, slowly ticking away at it. Focus that towards Castle Wars. So funny story, I think it was the last time the Traveling Merchant had an enhancer. I went ahead and got it and put it towards Castle Wars, and then pulled a random enhancer. I think it might have been like a damage enhancer out of the maw. Well, I went to exchange the damage enhancer at that guy, but I had the one I just bought in my inventory, and I actually sold both of them to him. So that was kind of a rip there, but minor setback, no big deal. So yeah, I mean, basically 10 days of straight playtime left. So we're almost down to single digit days. And before you'll know it, we'll only be down to 2-digit hours, and then, just slowly ticking away at her. Yo, shout out to my main man, Curbsy, out here getting these Castle War gains, boy. Alright, so if you've been here a while, you know that once in a while my audio will corrupt on some of my clips out of nowhere. I don't know why it happens. I don't know when it happens until I go to make a video and throw the clip that the audio is corrupted into a video. So I really have no idea what I was trying to say in this episode. Looking at the date and timestamp, it is 5 minutes before reset, before Castle Wars Spotlight started. So I have my little tab open in the bottom right for my currencies, and it says I have 2,693 tickets, 1,601 Thaler, which puts me at 68.25% progress towards the Castle Wars rec being done right before Castle Wars started. So remember that, 68% just before Castle Wars started, and I'm pretty sure I update as I go through Castle Wars Spotlight, but remember that number. Back at it again with another Castle Wars clip. So I actually just woke up from my first nap. I ended up playing. I started about 5 hours before Spotlight actually went live, and played obviously through the start of Spotlight up until about 10 a.m. and I'm Eastern, so that puts game time at right around about 18 hours played. And then I slept until about 2 or so, and now we are back at Castle Wars. So it's kind of like the first shift I wanted to pull. Slept a little longer than I wanted to, but back at Castle Wars, ready to get some tickets and Thaler. So, progress. Sitting at 2755 golden tickets and 2137 Thaler, putting me over 70%. Actually 70.8%. So, it leaves me with about 200, right around about 200 hours left with the amount of tickets I need and such. So, still a lot of progress to be made, but getting off to a really good start at Castle Wars Spotlight. So, back here at Castle Wars, actually just hit my 700th game played. So, progress check puts me at 72.58%. So, still north of that, on pace for under 1,000 games, because obviously I've been AFKing a lot of Thaler mini games, so that makes up for not playing games. But just past the 24-hour mark of Spotlight, so we got 2 more days left. So we'll see how much progress can be made. So kind of a random point to update, but that is 739 games played now. 2,873 golden tickets. $3,094 I'm up to. Closing in on being able to buy another decorated set so I can sell for golden tickets. It is an hour and a half past reset on Saturday for me. So that leaves 22 and a half hours of Castle Wars Spotlight to go. Now I do plan on playing most of it. So I have until 8 p.m. tomorrow. So I'm planning on taking a nap here shortly and then kind of finish out strong with the rest of the Spotlight. So if I throw these numbers into the calculator that I have here, it tells me that I'm up to 75.7%. So we got over that 75% hump. That's 3/4 of the way through this requirement. It's huge. It's huge. For the time left, this tells me 170 hours. But I actually have another different calculator that I recently downloaded or saved or whatever, and it also tells me 170 hours. So it's got to be pretty close. So yeah, I don't know, slowly closing in. I wanted to get up above 80%, and I think I still can. I'm almost, obviously, to 76%. And I really do think that I can get up to 80%, and that would be huge, leaving me with, it's 4/5 of the way done with the requirement. And that last 20%, I think I could rip out in a month. That's 1% per day. That's about 12 hours a day. So man, I think I could rip it out, So we'll just have to see. Finish out this Spotlight strong. I've slept 7 plus 4. I've slept 11 hours out of 49 hours so far. 49 and a half hours. I've slept 11 of it. I played 38 hours in the last, since Thursday. Plus 5 hours before that. So I don't know. We're delirious. We're sleep deprived, but we'll be trimmed before you know it. Alright, so it is 4:20 in the morning, Sunday morning, yet to sleep, but I am going to bed here shortly. But I did just manage to get enough thaler to buy another set of detailed armor. So I'm going to go ahead and buy that, sell this back to Lanthus, sell that, sell that, sell that, and now the moment you've all been waiting for. JK, not yet, but that's over 3,000 tickets. It's actually almost 3,200 tickets. That is 3,191 tickets. So I am under 1,000 tickets left to go. Because the magic number is 4150, remember. So if I punch that in the calculator, that puts me at 76.9%. So if I want to hit my goal of 80, I need to get 3.1% tomorrow. So pretty big gains being made there. Almost under 160 hours left to go. So yet another Castle Wars Spotlight to come to an end. Hopefully the last one I have to grind through. I ended up playing about 56 hours or so. And I wanted to get to 60, but I ended up sleeping a little bit too much today. But it happens. 56 hours out of 72 is still quite a bit of playtime. Let's check my percentage and see how high I was actually able to get. I don't think I got quite what I wanted to get, but I know I did get pretty close. So 3,243 tickets, $355 gets me up to 78.8%. So almost 79%. And I wanted to get to 80, but kind of fell short. But I did manage to get over 10% Spotlight. So it kind of puts it in perspective how much you can really get. So that leaves me with 775 golden tickets needed. I think that's right. Yeah, I think that's the right number. And as far as the amount of hours left, I will punch these numbers in as well. And it tells me about 156 hours left. Okay, so that right there kind of puts it in perspective. So, now that Castle Wars Spotlight is over, it kind of ripped the games that we had going, which sucks because now Pest Control is on Spotlight, and Pest Control is kind of trash for Thaler. But I'm still going to go ahead and AFK it anyways and go from there. You know, ideally, get this done here in the next couple weeks. 160 hours, you know, 10 hours a day. That's 16 days. It's 2 weeks playing 10 hours a day. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to manage that. But we'll see. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed episode number 32. Just a little bit of a recap. Made it through Castle Wars Spotlight kind of unscathed. I ended up playing, out of the 72 hours of Spotlight, I ended up playing 57-ish out of 72 hours, and did almost get up to 80%. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoy. Be sure to leave a comment, leave a like, tell your friends, share the video, follow me on Twitter at Oligotrophic_, and I will catch you guys in the next episode. Peace.